Hi everyone, it's really good to be here with you sharing this space once again. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. As you can see, I've got my little companion with me once again, and she's decided to join me, and I feel so fortunate. So last week I began the discussion on instructors of the Bible, and I stopped off at the Pharisees. But before I jump into the discussion on this group, I'd like to spend a few moments discussing the one who wrote approximately 75% of the New Testament. Yes, you know who I'm talking about, the Apostle Paul. Now, I consider myself to be an expressive yet grounded writer. However, when I read Paul's writings, he inspires me so much, guys. He inspires me to become better and better and better, not only at expressing me, but better at loving our God in his entirety. So Paul had the ability to write and instruct, and with each word he transposed, he leads me to want more of his intelligence, his bravery, and act of persuasion to bring more people to Christ. Although I am a servant of God, I know I can do so much better. I really do. And his ability to instruct by stimulating, sharpening, yet nurturing the knowledge of the people of the New Testament is pure brilliancy. He was to the point, and in addition, he was just as gentle in his approach in teaching the many perspectives and delights of God. The qualities I appreciate, I would say, in some pastors today. I found that Paul was fatherly, brotherly, and saintly, the earthly figure who approached divine truth with such grace and confidence. This rugged and mean soul turned to Paul. What a difference, eh? So his pedagogy of instruction states, one of his pedagogy, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, that we might be justified by faith. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. That's in Galatians 3:24-25. Now, Peter and John, I would say, were likewise brilliant instructors. The nurturing approach of both of these guys brought so many to the faith. We can find that in 1 Peter 2:2 and others. When removed from the streets, though, instructors were present in the home, as I shared last week with God's coaching to Abraham. In all things and everything are specific words of instructions written by Paul in Philippians 4:12. Ellicott described this as initiating oneself into mysteries, though incomprehensible to know and understand. It's through thorough saturation of instructions, mysteries become normalcy as everyday lived experiences. We see this found begin in Proverbs 1:4-5, 8, 17:10, 22:6, and many others. These the original writings of instruction, the type of instructions available through many brilliant, I would say, teachers, pastors today. So now, guys, let's revisit the Pharisees. But I'm not sure how far I'll get with these guys today. I'm trying to wrap it up in two segments if I can. When we discussed this group last week, the one thing that stood out was Jesus's denunciation of their behavior. He spoke his mind. I touched on the fact that some may still be baffled by these dialogues between Jesus and specific members of Pharisaic law. Now that's understandable, right? Yet not so confusing when we look at these Jewish schools of thought. Some scholars assert that Jesus was trained under the Pharisaic law of Hillel the elder, and this was the grandfather of Ben Gamaliel, mentioned in Acts 5:24 and 22:33. Law under this group focused on the golden rule, fairness and kindness to women, love of peace, and obligations to self and others. In addition, several maxims sits under this house. A few may sound familiar to you guys, so listen. Do not judge your fellow until you are in his place. Or how about whosoever destroys one's soul? It is as though he had destroyed the entire world. And then in addition, whosoever saves a life, it is as though he had saved the entire world. I have listed the references for these below, and I am not saying that this is fact, guys, but some biblical researchers have also surmised that Gamaliel and his people, his followers, may have secretly converted to Christianity after listening and being in the company of Paul. Thus, the leniency on Christians in the New Testament. Some also say that Nicodemus had also studied under Hillel, even though he sat on the high courts as well. Now that I've explained the house of Hillel, and then we look at the house of Shammai in comparison, we find that the Shammai people were quite annoying, right? They were bullies, cynics, and fabricators. They were really something. According to the Avat of Rabbi Nathan, the house of Shammai alleged only praiseworthy pupils should be admitted to study the Torah. In contrast, the house of Hillel held that the Torah may be taught to anyone while expecting after study that there is atonement and some kind of earnestness. There's really so much more to this, but in this short comparison of two houses of the Pharisaic law and what we know of Jesus, I would assume also, like the scholars, that he would have been studied under the elder Hillel. And this is quite intriguing when you look at both of these. So as I've promised you guys, I have included information in the description and how to get started teaching your programs online. It's pretty basic stuff, and I can get into more details if you'd like. But please ask me any questions and I will respond as I am able. Now guys, I've taken up a great deal of your time today, but I hope you found this information enlightening. And if you did, please subscribe if you feel led to do so. If not, I'm good with that. I never put pressure on you guys at all. So this week, as I say to you, as always, be kind, be peace, and be blessed. Have a great week. Bye for now. Take care. She says bye-bye too. And I'll see you guys next week. Talk soon. Bye-bye now.